All right. You saw the new little discretion advised thing. I figured I just made that up now, so why not use that for most of my videos from now on? I'm back with another one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever you want time you're watching this. Today we're gonna be discussing a video that I came across on NBC News. Apparently, the state of Connecticut, Democrats in Connecticut, Hispanic Latino Democrats, were trying to ban the term Latinx from the government language or lexicon, whatever you want to call it. So there are Latino Democrats in Connecticut, in a blue state, actually trying to ban the term Latinx, which I cannot stand. If you guys know, you watch this channel, or you watch all my tweets, or you watch all my tweets, you read all my tweets, you know that I cannot stand the term Latinx. It butchers the Spanish language. It's a beautiful language, and I cannot stand it. So, yep. So I'm gonna play this clip for you guys real quick, and then I'll react to it as I see fit. So let's take a look at this. Let's actually try to make it full screen so you guys can actually see it. So this is the beginning of the clip, and this is the representative trying to ban the term Latinx. See the D next to his name? I know it's shocking, but yeah, even Democrats are realizing how ridiculous the term Latinx is. And later in this clip, you're gonna see a Hispanic member of the LGBT community. He's gonna come up with a new term instead of Latinx. He's gonna try to push Latine. Latin is so it's Latine. Excuse me. In other words, so that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous as Latinx, but a lot of these social justice warrior lefties are desperate to try to butcher the Spanish language and ruin it. So let's play this clip, and I'll give you my reaction as I see fit. As I said.
About this for years. I've heard former Representative Ed Vargas speaking about this at length. I hear Representative Minnie Gonzalez speaking about this at length. It's the day has come.
Representative Geraldo Reyes, along with four other Hispanic Democrats, introduced a bill last month in Connecticut to ban the term Latinx from the state's official language.
Let's eliminate it from government and education.
Okay, so it's the state's official language. So government paperwork you would get from Connecticut would ban the term Latinx. I get here in New Jersey, I get it all the time. He says Latinx. It's like it's Latino, not Latinx. What the fuck? And they keep using the term Latinx, which is super annoying. It butchers the Spanish language.
Higher educational levels.
The move comes after Governor Huckabee of Arkansas banned it on her first day in office. Representative Reyes.
That's an interesting move by Huckabee Sanders, because ultimately that's one of the first things she did as governor, to ban Latinx. Some people on the left and white liberal leftists may argue, well, they just doing social justice warrior things, and they hate the term Latinx. That's why when we came up with it, that's why they banned it, or she banned it. No, I mean, I think it's an interesting political play. She's trying to appeal to Hispanic voters by trying to ban this ridiculous term. We'll see how that works out for her in Kentucky, but it's very interesting. That's one of the first things she did when she took office.
Reyes says the term is often misused.
People that are not even Hispanic at all come and just throw the term Latinx around because they sound woke or they sound like they want to be hip.
According to
100% correct. 100% correct. You have a lot of these white liberal leftist Democrats, like they throw around the term Latinx and pretend that they're woke, and you see, I care about you. I don't use the term Latino, Latina. I use Latinx. You see how progressive I am? No, you're just a fucking moron that destroyed the Hispanic language, Spanish, for no good reason. A bunch of fucking gringos in New York decided, oh, let's be inclusive to the Hispanic community and call them all Latinx. Here's the problem with that, and I'm going to go into this real quick. Hispanic. Try it again. Spanish is a gendered language, so you're going to get a lot of male and female words and pronouns, whatever. Like for example, I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Like the word like Latino means male, Latina means female. So it's a gendered language. So there's going to be male and female words. Just like so it's a term to say Latinx, like you're ruining the language. It makes no sense because ultimately it's a gendered language, and how dare you gringos try to ruin this shit?
A survey in 2019, 76% of Latino adults had not heard of the term Latinx.
76% of Latino adults hadn't even heard of the term, let alone use it. So get a load of the number how many Latinos actually use it.
And only 3% used it.
3%. 3% Latinos use the term Latinx. I'm willing to bet that 3% were born and raised here in the United States and don't even know Spanish. They're totally assimilated into U.S. culture and don't know Spanish, which is why they tend to they use the term Latinx to sound woke and to sound like white liberals do in this country.
Spanish language is over 1,500 years old. It's a beautiful language. It cannot be altered and changed just to fit a narrative.
Language purity is one thing, but
This is the dude who's trying to change it from Latinx to Latine. So we'll see. I'll let him rather make his argument.
legal protections enshrined in government documents is important.
Rafael Feliciano, an activist for Waterbury LGBT Pride, says inclusive terms allow his community to feel identified and protected.
I want to steer away from the very reductive and divisive down South Arkansas law that is just very homophobic and transphobic.
That is why he's trying.
So banning the term Latinx is homophobic and transphobic. How? How? I mean, I don't understand how. I mean, it's incorrect term in the Spanish language. You can't just force U.S. English lexicon to Spanish. It doesn't work. It's a gendered language. But I'm willing to bet this individual. I'm not sure he, she. I'm not sure what pronouns this individual uses. But I'm willing to bet that he doesn't know Spanish. That's how much I'm willing to bet he doesn't speak Spanish. So
Trying to shift the conversation. Instead of banning the term Latinx, he wants to replace it.
I used to be a big proponent of Latinx. I've transitioned to Latine with an E at the end of it.
Latine is a word that comes from Spanish-speaking countries in Central and South America. The term is also used to remove gender with neutral Spanish letter E, which can already be found in words like estudiante, which means student in English.
And it's my
here's the thing: Latine is more. It's correct when it comes to the Spanish language. It's more acceptable, but at the same time, it doesn't make any sense because we already have a gender-neutral term, Latino. So why are you trying to throw in another gender-neutral term? Makes no sense.
my job as an activist from this city who identifies as Latine, not Latinx, Latine now, to go to the state capitol and let these 5 folks know, hey, we have a word that defines us, that comes from us, viene de nosotros.
On the other hand,
looks like I'm wrong. He does know Spanish, but yeah, I think that the reason why some activists are doing this and changing it from Latinx to Latine is very simple. It's politically toxic. Latinx has become politically toxic in the Latino community, so they're trying to change it now. Latine. Like, trust me, we know that Latinx is not popular, but we're going to use Latinx. See, they're still trying to use the same trick, but using a different letter. Instead of X, they use E. Because even in some cultures, like I think in Mexico, I'm pretty sure the letter X is like it's like a meaningless person, you know, it's an insult basically to be called X. So it doesn't make any. So that's another reason why it makes Latinx makes no sense. So that's it's politics. That's my theory. Is oh no, we're against Latinx now. We're going to say Latine rather. Excuse me. So it's the same bullshit, except that to be fair, Latine, like I said, is more grammatically correct, but at the same time, we already have a gender neutral term. It's called Latino. You don't need to be changing the language. Let's finish this up.
Representative Reyes says there is already a gender neutral term in Spanish.
To anybody who doesn't believe they're Latino or Latina, they can use the word Latin or they can use Latino, which is neutral gender for everything.
All right, that's enough of that. But yeah, I mean, this is a good thing. Let's ban this fucking word. It makes no sense. It's just ridiculous. They're embarrassing themselves. They're using basically some Latinos, very few, but some of them are allowing gringos from the Northeast, and specifically New York, I'm pretty sure, in Brooklyn, and let's say Brooklyn, because there's a bunch of hippie white people in Brooklyn nowadays. So they're allowing these people to change our language, which to me is unacceptable. It's 100% unacceptable and outrageous that these people are changing a language. So those are my final thoughts. I'm going to have another video coming out later today. Tell me what you think about this one. Give me a like. Make sure you comment on this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. By the way, let me get my shameless plugs out of the way before I forget. Follow me on Twitter. There's my accounts right there. Follow both accounts because I don't know when my main accounts get banned or whatever. Just follow both accounts. Follow the INN crew. Their stuff is down there too, so check that out. And thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon.